Hi guys, it's Alston. In this video, we are going to learn about keyword research methods. In the previous lesson, we learned about how to do the industry research to study your industry or niche and also how you should do keyword clustering. Now we are going to look into the keyword research methods such as traditional keyword research method, competitive keyword research method, existing content keyword research, predictive keyword research. But remember, this is I'm not going to show with the software because there are hundreds of different keyword research software. I didn't want to switch the focus from the education part to focusing on a particular software or tool, where that is what I will do in the demonstration video. This video is going to be the last theoretical lesson where in this video I'm not going to show you any softwares or anything, but I'm just going to explain each of the process or the steps within this keyword research methods to give you an educational idea. Then we will move from next video. Everything is going to be practical where we will be focusing on each of the different softwares on how to do this. So in this video I will be giving you an overview of all the steps on each of this keyword research process, and also finally I will also share that I have created keyword research template which will be useful when you are doing your own keyword research also. So without ado, let's get started. First, what are the keyword research methods I'm going to focus? As I mentioned earlier, there are hundreds of different methods you can essentially use, but these are the four things which I think personally will be most helpful to just to get your understanding on keyword research and show you all the potential ways you can collect or do keyword research. The first one is going to be the traditional, as I mentioned, the usual way. If you want to go forward and find a keyword, finding a seed idea, go through the softwares, industry research and start finding the keyword. Competitor research, where we are going to use the competitors to find keywords. Existing content, where we are going to use our own ranked page to find more better keyword for our content. Or predictive keywords research to find keyword for any content or data which is not available on any keyword research database. So let's get started one by one. First, we're going to focus on traditional keyword research. Traditional keyword research, as we know that it's starting from a seed keyword, you learn about the industry, you build out a keyword list and move on. It consists of 6 different processes, including inputting your seed keyword, creating a seed keyword list, expanding your seed keywords, bulk filtering, in-depth analysis, keyword clustering and keyword prioritizing. Okay, now first step is finding seed keyword, where this is the step where we used to find seed keywords through the industry market research or brainstorming sessions techniques, as I mentioned in my previous video. You can do seed keyword generation through SEO tools too, because most of the SEO keywords now comes with this kind of functionality to get the idea on all the topic ideas also. For example, if my main keyword is weight loss, then my seed keywords can be physical fitness, body fat, lean mass, overweight, obese, and so forth on. So these kind of the words we are looking for. So the first step is of the traditional keyword research is going to be finding as many as seed keywords related to our industry as possible. The second step is where now we generate keyword list based on these seed keywords, where this is where we generate hundreds or thousands of keywords based on the seed keyword which we have. There are hundreds of keyword research and SEO software in the market which you can do, where when we say you need to expand the keyword, there are so many SEO tool, keyword research tool, even some free ones, or you can also do it manually by going into Google and collecting autocomplete results, related keyword results. So there is hundreds of way, but the logical step for it is to expand the seed keywords we got, into as much as keyword as possible. In this stage, we don't care about keyword validation. We are just focusing on building that keyword list as much as possible to do a validation on the next step, where the next step is going to be the bulk keyword filtering. The reason is you are going to end up with thousands of keyword, where it's going to be really odd if you want to do check one by one each of this keyword. So because of that, we will look into way to filter the list using different combination of factors. We can use something like average SEO score, number of words of keyword, type of keyword, search volume, search value, competing page, location, CPC, words included, and more. Most of these features will be included within keyword research tools, and more specialized features can be also be found on each of different keyword research tool depending on their special features and functionality. We will use these kind of factors with the our keyword intent or keyword suitability to mass filter thousands of keywords to a hundreds or something like manageable count, where we can do more in-depth analysis for that. So this stage is going to be, if we have thousands of keyword, we are going to use bulk analysis or bulk filtering methods to clear out all the unwanted keywords which I don't want to focus or I don't want to consider into this. The next step is going to be the keyword in-depth analysis process, where after the bulk analysis, we will end up with a much more manageable keyword list. Here what we are going to do is go into each of this keyword and start analyzing each keywords based on all the keyword validation factors which we learned on our keyword research guide, where some of these advanced checks we can do, including identifying the search intent to see whether that is matching, what is the click-through rate for the keyword, analyzing the competitor off-page, on-page SEO depth, and also analyzing the competitors off-page SEO depth, and what are the SERP results looks like. So these are the some usual advanced in-depth research we will do when thinking to see whether that keyword is suitable or not. Finally, once we selected a group of keyword or a main keyword, then we will go and start finding more secondary keyword, related keywords, semantic keywords to create keyword clustering, as I mentioned in my previous video also. And also sometimes this stage 3 and 4, 5, all these can be combined into one. The reason is most of the keyword research tool nowadays started to include keyword clustering or topic clustering, this keyword grouping also into one of their functionality. So usually I am just giving you a logical step here to understand the process, but most of the time some of these steps can be combined into one depending on the keyword research or depending on the process or depending on how many keywords you have got. So you can combine this to get a much more relevant and make the process even simplified also. And you can use these clusters to power up sub content within your main topic, or you can use the sub clusters to create more supporting content for this particular. And the last step is going to be the organizing and prioritizing, where you have got all the keywords from keyword clustering stage. Now we move on to the keyword organizing and prioritizing stage, where we are going to now focus on, okay, which is the keyword which I'm going to focus on first, what is the content which I'm going to write about. So you plan out all this step on the final 6 step. So that is how we typically do a traditional keyword research. As I mentioned, I have shared all the steps here, but it's only starting point. You can always add to or change the process depending on your need. The following lessons I will demonstrate how to actually do this process. Now let us quickly see how the competitor keyword research works. Where competitor keyword research is the process to finding keywords through your competitors or based on what your competitors are ranking. The steps involved such as finding competitors, finding their keywords, filtering good keyword, in-depth analysis of keyword, keyword clustering and prioritize. You can see some of the stages are common because the core principle is going to be the changing point, but all the other stages of the keyword research is going to be staying same as the traditional. This will also apply for any number of keyword research type because only the data source is going to be changing, but the process is going to be remaining the same as for others as well. The first is where we are going to find the competitors for our competitor keyword research. We can usually find this by the top 10 ranking for some of the main keyword which we enter into the Google. The top 10 ranking could be our competitors depending on that. First, you need to understand there can be two different types of competitor. One, competitor website. Two, competing web pages. For example, there can be a whole website which could be a direct competitor to you, but sometimes you will find that the main website is not really your competitor. It's not even in your industry, or it's focusing on some different section of your industry, but only that particular web page is going to be competing within my niche or within my keywords or something like that. So two distinct possibilities are there. If it's a competitor website, you can get keywords for any web pages from them, but if it's a competing web page, then you should only get the keywords or competitor keywords only from that web page, just to make sure that you don't go out of your industry or you don't get any unrelated keywords into your keyword research process. Also, you can do this by using keyword tools like SMrush, Ahref, and there are a lot more. Where usually we go into this tool, there is an option to enter the competitor domain or competitor web page URL, and we can easily see all the organically ranking keywords through these tools as well. We can also try to find competitor keyword manually by typing into Google, going into their website and try to identifying the keywords, which we will be focusing on the next step, where it is finding competitor keywords. Now we have list of competitor websites and web pages, as I mentioned, depending on what type of competitor. Is it a website or a competitor web page? Now finding the competitor keyword manually, we can do it by analyzing their content to see what are the topic they are talking about, what are the subtopics they are creating, looking into their heading structures to see what are the topics they are focusing on, what is the keyword they are using within the heading. We can analyze their meta text such as meta title, meta description, meta keywords, or the meta social properties, all this to see what is the content they are emphasizing a lot. We can check their competitor website structure, categories to see what is the layout is like, how they are organizing their content feeds, what are the different subtopics they are focusing on. Or we can use even the URL of different resources in within your competitor page, where usually URL will contain, if it's a good SEO optimized website, it will contain the main keyword or a main topic in your URL. So you can gather those data manually using this. If you want to find competitor keywords by using SEO tools, as I mentioned, most of the SEO tool which allows this particular feature will have something like view organic keyword, view ranking keywords, or something similar in the nature. You just need to put URL or domain and get all the data directly from them, and you can export and start working on it. Now we are coming back to the same common method as the traditional keyword research, where now we are going to, once we gather all the competitor keywords in a list, we are going to filter the keywords depending on whatever the keyword bulk analysis factor we want to do, such as SEO score, number of words, type of keyword, search volume, and lot more. And depending on your need, depending on how you want to customize it, or depending on the data we have, we will choose the filtering method. After that, that is will be followed with the in-depth keyword analysis on to see what are the keywords. Especially I'll try to see what are the keywords which my competitors are ranking within top 3, so I know if it's a direct competitor and is ranking on top 3, that means I also could try to look into that keywords to see that is going to be most relevant for me. I can replicate their backlink strategy, which is not relevant to this course, that is coming later on a link building course. But just to give you an idea, I will try to look into the in-depth analysis to see which is the most relevant keyword for me. I will ignore all the unrelated keywords because I don't want to focus any keywords which is not related to me. We can use advanced checks here also to see whether that keyword is actually suitable to me depending on different needs or different industry. Again, we will be moving to the keyword clustering from here to group the keyword. Once we found the keyword, we will usually found related or semantic keywords which could be becoming in a keyword cluster within the competitor keyword list itself, because if the competitor is doing a really good SEO job and if he's ranking on one keyword, typically when we start analyzing the top 10 or top 5 competitors, we will find all the related keywords which they are ranking if we are using SEO tools. Because if we are doing manually, we might miss out those keywords because they might not have mentioned that keyword within their content. But if we are using SEO tools such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, something like that, where their database is really huge, so we can easily identify, okay, these are the keywords which even though not mentioned on this web page but still relevant to it, so we can create a keyword cluster or a keyword group around them and start optimizing it for those keywords. Finally, as same as traditional keyword, the final stage is keyword organizing and prioritizing. We are based on all the keyword group which we created or different based on different keyword cluster we created. Now we go out and create a logical content plan depending on which keywords we want to focus first and move on. The next keyword research method is going to be existing content keyword research. Well, this is a unique keyword research method, as I mentioned previously. We are only when you already ranking or when you already have a website with a lot of different content pieces and you have an active search console, Google search console or Bing webmaster tools, or have access or planning to use a keyword research tool or SEO research tool, then you can use this particular method, where it's typically the step include the first get the ranking keywords from search console or from SEO tool, filter good keywords, do a bit of in-depth analysis to see. I'm not doing bulk because it's going to give me much more focused keyword in this particular process. It will become much more clearer during the demonstration stage, but just remember, we are going to get the ranking keyword, filter the good keywords initially, do an in-depth analysis, and we are going to do either of two. One, or we are going to optimize the existing page with these keywords to give more visibility for these keywords, or we are going to create new content based on this keyword. The first stage is going to be the get ranking keyword. There are two different ways to get the ranking keyword. One, we can directly get it from Google search console, Bing webmaster tools, any webmaster access a search engine offers. Usually this data will also show what are your incoming search term, what are the keywords your URLs are ranking for free. But in order to get that data, you should have added your site to this Google webmaster console, verified it, and over the time you will start collecting data. It will start collecting data automatically, so you can make use of that as a free source. But if you don't have access to it, or if you don't have or haven't have set it up before, you can obviously use SEO tools to find out. Similar to the competitor keyword research method, you can insert your own website to find all the potential or any keywords which are not ranking on top 20, but it's a good keyword, I didn't know about it. Then you can get those keywords from here as well. And here also we can do both page level analysis or website level analysis. For example, if I only want to focus on any keywords which is potential from a certain specific page, then I should only analyze that particular page. But if I'm looking for a general keyword research optimization from my existing content, then I will do this process for my whole website to find any keyword opportunity for any different pages can be done. The second keyword is going to be the filtering of this keyword, where depending on what is the keyword I want to immediately go after, or depending on what is the keyword which I'm already ranking, let's say for example within top 15 or top 10, by optimizing it I can do it much better job. So depending on my need, I'm going to start filtering the keywords depending on it, and finally I'm going to do a full in-depth analysis of that particular keyword here, where I'm going to analyze all the different factors with the advanced check, again a repeating step, something with traditional and competitors keyword, because we should analyze at the last step whether it's actually the right one to focus for me or not. And the final step is going to be either I can going to use these keywords to optimize my existing web page. Let's say for example I start finding more keywords related to a particular web page, I can use that to create a subsection within my content, and now I can actually target those keywords and also add value to the user. So I can enrich the existing content to add more authority, which can make more value to the user, and at the same time it will may start ranking for all the related keywords also, and we are giving more priority for this keyword. Because if your keyword if your web page is ranking for a content even which you are not optimized, but now you are optimizing for that particular keyword, then it increases the chances of your websites to be ranking for those particular keywords. So that is what we will do, or we will create separate new content. If we discovered a keyword which we think as a potential, I could essentially do a separate content piece to optimize and get more search value, then we can create it. And this is not a one and done process, where you can essentially repeat this process every 2 to 3 months to find more new keywords, more new opportunities, because the search is dynamic. The search results you are going to get as a ranking keyword also going to be changing a lot. So depending on how the industry change or what are the different data you get, you can keep on doing this every 2 to 3 months. The final keyword research method is the predictive keyword research, where we use this keyword strategy to predict which keyword will become popular based on industry trends, past data with similar keywords, and audience mindset if there is no data currently available for this keyword. This is especially true, as I mentioned, with short-term fresh keyword, product launches, new products, new movies, or new incident, new services which haven't existed before. We are planning to do a keyword research for a product or a service or an incident which hasn't taken place yet, but we are going to move forward. How we do it? First, we identify similar keywords or similar products. Then we do a keyword clustering process. There is no going to be any competitive bulk filtering or in-depth analysis, because we are predicting these keywords. This is not actually based on existing data. Then third step, we are going to create content for this. The first step is going to be the identifying the similar keyword. We are using keyword research tools or even Google search engine as a manual option, or any search engine as manual option. I can try to generate suggestion based on other products in the industry or similar services in the industry, or a similar incident which happened to this particular incident, and see what are the keywords which that incident or that product or that service generated. Through my research, I can generate keywords to substitute my product name with the new name. For example, if a product launch is happening, I don't have any existing data for that particular keywords, I go into another product which is already existing on the market, and I will do the research for that keyword and try to find any generic terms or common terms which could be applied for this keyword as well. Something like product review, product lifetime deal, product versus comparison with another product. It depends on the industry. I'm just using one example in this case where it is just we are predicting these keywords on which is the correct one. The next stage is going to be the keyword clustering. Based on all the predictive keywords we directly made up of a list, now we are going to group them into a logical component in order to target much more accurately into a group of keywords. And finally, we are going to use these contents which is predicted to create a new content page, and there is no, as I mentioned, no competitor checking involved, advanced competition checking involved, or backlinks on page, because this is going to be predictive. We are just estimating or just doing a estimation and going to do a keyword research. This is a unique case. It's not applied for everyone. Only when you have a keyword or product, or you want to do a keyword research for something which does not exist any data within the database itself. So those are the different keyword research methods, and I will go through each of these methods in depth using variety of different keyword research tools. And I have also included a keyword research template to help you in this process to record your keyword data. Because if you, for example, have your own way of recording this keyword, you don't need a separate data. I have an organized system, you can skip it. But I also created a Google spreadsheet. I will leave the download link below. So when I do the demonstration of the product keyword, or when I show the keyword research demonstration, you can use this Google spreadsheet to do a market research on where I have mentioned all the important questions you need to answer. I have created a different tab in finding seed keyword where it shows 14 different places where you can click on checkbox and say mark yourself and fill up that with a seed keyword list. You can expand the keyword on this third tab and start grouping different keyword, and finally keyword clustering. All this I will explain more about this keyword research template when I'm doing the keyword demonstration process, because I will be using this particular template to record my keyword data and everything. So if you wanted to follow along when I'm doing a keyword research using a tracking data template, you can obviously use this. Or if you are comfortable with any of your own templates or own way of recording this data, you can free to use that as well. Just I wanted to include as a small bonus for you guys. And finally, as conclusion, today we add the educational part of it, not the demonstration or practical walkthrough, because I didn't want to dependent on the tool for this education, but I wanted to give you the base general overview idea where we learned how to do traditional keyword research, competitor keyword research, existing content keyword research, predictive keyword research, keyword research Excel template which you can download to record your when you are doing keyword research yourself. In the next lesson, upcoming lesson, now we going to into the practical sessions where I'm going to show each of these different methods, different strategies, how you can use that with all the different keyword research tools such as free, paid, lifetime deal, even manually, how you can do each of this keyword process in different niches, different intent or different requirement, how you can go and start doing keyword research. But this lesson we have completed all the theoretical lessons. Now I will see you on the next practical lessons series. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.